Hey guys, it's Future Timmy here, and haven't done a video like this in so long. But basically, there's a new boss that came out, and I actually want to do a video on it, and I want to show you guys how you can get the drops from the boss the easiest, and how to kill it the fastest way possible, where it actually is, all the stuff you need to know, basically. I figured it out myself, and I figured I'd make a video on it just for the first time, because I don't normally do videos like this. But I had a hard time figuring out where this thing was, and then what it actually drops. And I'll explain why soon. But first, we're going to go to the actual location. First off, what you want to do is go to travel and go to the Haze Village. It's right here, this blue one right here. Go to the Haze Village. I'm obviously in a private server just because it makes things a lot easier. And then you'll see the ramen shop. I'm directly above it, and you can see I'm facing the Kage office. And then if you were to walk right over here, you're going to see that there's a road game sign. Now, I'm going to go into my Tailed Spirit mode just to make this a little quicker, but it's going to be really simple. I'm not going to go teleporting around or anything. I'm just going to walk straight there. So you see the road game sign, and I want you to walk straight to this rock. This is like literally the first rock you see. You'll see a little bit of like grass on the side. And then if you go all the way up it, you'll see that there is Raiken Shizen. Directly across from that, there's another scroll. This is the Gen 3 boss. I think it's called Sparky. But yeah, basically go over here to the Gen 3 boss. And voila. Now I can do the Gen 3 event. Pretty simple, right? And that's where the confusion kind of begins. So first off, it's like, okay, so what does this drop? All the other Gen 3 bosses have dropped a Gen 3 Spirit, right? So if you go sub-ability, you go down, you see Gen 1, Gen 2, then you see Gen 3. You got the original Apal, then you have Maru, and then now you have Sparky. Sparky is like it's like the freaking dorkiest name of all three of these, but I love it. He also looks really freaking weird, but I love it. Like, look at his little eyes. But yeah, he's 2% drop just like the rest. But normally that would be it. However, there was a new bloodline that happened to drop. If I was to go to Mastery and then scroll all the way down, you'll see the brand new Surge bloodline that drops from a boss. And now you're probably thinking, okay, well, can I spin this or do I have to get this from the boss? Well, actually, it drops from the boss. So if you fight this boss enough, there's actually a chance that you could get the bloodline as well, which you can pick up. So it's kind of like 2-in-1. You can get a Tailed Spirit and you can get a bloodline with it. So that's pretty awesome. There's a chance for you to get 2 different drops here. And obviously that's kind of new for bosses like this. Normally you don't get 2 drops like that. So it actually makes this a little bit more worthwhile than the other different Tailed Spirits. I think that's freaking awesome. But on top of that, a lot of you guys are going to be wondering, how do I kill this fast? So what I would recommend is get a private server. First and foremost, if you need help finding one, there's tons of videos out there giving out free private servers, or you could just like use this code right here if you want, or you can just find one of my old videos and they have private server codes that you can use. But the point is, get a private server code, specifically Haze if you can, and then come to this exact spot. I recommend bringing at least another friend or two because it makes the grinding much quicker. You do not need it, but it does definitely help out having at least 1 or 2 other people there. Just make sure you're all on the same page on like whether or not you're going to get it or if they'll get it, like who's going in order, blah, 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 who gets what. Make sure you all have that figured out before you go in here. That way someone doesn't just go snagging like the bloodline or something when you want it, or the Tailed Spirit when it drops. Just make sure everybody's on the same page. That's first and foremost, because you don't want to just get screwed over, waste your time. But make sure you come here with some friends, you know, squad up, and then after that, the boss is going to spawn down there. Now, what I'm using right now, I feel like this is a pretty bad example of what to use for bosses. So what I'm going to tell you right now is what I would do is, first off, Xenodokai. That's just, everyone uses that pretty much for killing bosses and stuff in this game. So I'm going to do that, Xenodokai, first and foremost. Then I'm going to use some sort of Akuma that allows me to auto-dodge, because some of these big moves, you know, they can just do a lot of damage. It's just good to have that. And just make sure you don't have Genjutsus, because that can like actually stun your friends, and that's not something you want to have happen. And then after that, I'm not really sure, because there's a lot of damage-dealing moves. It's just like, what exactly do you want to do? I mean, there's really big blast radius moves. Like for me, I kind of like Naramaki, because Naramaki has like this huge blast radius. It's like an explosion. And you don't have to do that, but like, let's just say, for instance, if I was to do 6-path Naramaki, and then we also get the original Naramaki. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, okay, here it is. And I have these 4 bloodlines here. Now, you don't have to have all of these. It's just kind of optional. But obviously, you got the Xenodokai moves. And I'm just going to, like, Reality Drive. Equip the bloodline, obviously, because, like, its bloodline mode is kind of like what makes it so OP. Right? And then if, like, you right-click and you hit C, you shoot out all these balls, and they just do, like, a lot of damage. That's just the truth. After that, you can equip the auto dodge if you want. Like I said, auto dodge isn't like necessary, but I think it's a smart choice. And then you can just do a big damage dealing move. Like, you know what? I'll just do like Spirit Bomb Barrage because that seems pretty cool. Then sub abilities are like the main thing though. Sub abilities, like what mode you're using. You can make all kinds of combos, but personally, I always use Tailed Spirits just because like they give you such higher stats. You're able to ride around on them to get out of the fight. You can use the Tailed Spirit to spit out like balls that actually do tons of damage. Heck, you can use another Gen 3 Tailed Spirit if that's what you want. Then you can use sub ability modes. Now, obviously, there's like a lot of stuff that you could use. There's probably glitches that you can use, but currently I'm not going over all that in this video. That's like for other videos. If you know a glitch that I don't know of, you could always let me know. Maybe I'll make a video on it. But like this Odama or Spirit Bomb, I think it's pretty good because it has like a lot of range. It actually has AoE. Normally these bosses are really big, and I just want to make sure I'm able to hit them, and they move around a lot. They can stun you. I just like having big blast radius moves, or at least stuff that does high damage. So stuff like this is all pretty good. I don't really want many auto dodges. I kind of just want to have as much attack as possible. So like personally, this is what I'd be rocking, just because this is like the best I have. So this toss is actually pretty good for this situation. And look, I've got like all of this building up. All these are pretty heavy damage dealing moves, and they're really good in normal PvP, but against bosses, they're not the best, but they'd still get the job done, you know? I don't really think there's much else that I would personally use. I mean, I guess you could use the Reaper Spirit if you wanted to. That'd be kind of cool just to get your MD back. And then Q, whatever you want to have is like a ninja tool, whatever. I'm actually going to save this as like my boss killing loadout here. It's not like perfect or anything, but it's a pretty good starting one. Like, I would recommend it. You could also use Tentacion if you have a Gen 2. Like, it's pretty easy to use Tentacion, and then you could just do a crap ton of damage, just spamming moves. You'll kill it. After you kill it so many times, you'll probably get the Bloodline and the sub ability. Now, as you can see, I don't have it yet, but I'm going to be trying to grind to get it, because I actually do want a Gen 3 Tailed Spirit for the first time, because I don't have one yet. Not only that, Sparky just sounds freaking dorky, and I love it. But then also, I just really want to get the mode, because I'm kind of curious of what the mode is. Maybe I can combine them, and it'll be something really cool. But yeah, that's basically the location. That's what it drops. There is no spawn time. It's just like you can do it like every like 5-10 minutes or something like that. And yeah, I told you the best ways to kill it. I told you what I recommend for like a loadout if you're going to do it. That's all you really need to know for killing a Gen 3 Tailed Spirit in general. But specifically Sparky, this is like where it is, what it drops, how to do it. I just hope this helps you guys, because like a lot of the videos I was seeing only had like half the information, like where the location was. Or this other one will have a showcase. Or this other one will be like how to get the Bloodline. Or this one will be how to get the sub ability. This covers all of that. So if you need to have all that, here you go. Obviously, I'm not showcasing it, but everything else I have pretty much in order. This is what you mainly care about. So go get your Gen 3 Sparky. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Subscribe if this helped you, and help me get to 100,000 subscribers. Fusion Timmy, signing off.